Well, the Move 1 Million movement is planning to stage a protest outside Constitution Hill and also Parliament. It says it's refusing to be silenced by government. This after it submitted a memorandum to government officials. It's calling for an end to a host of things, particularly, of course, corruption, and also calling for government to hold implicated individuals accountable. Let's discuss this. I'm joined by Move 1 Million's Jared Petts. Hello to you, Jared. Always a pleasure speaking to you. I'm taking a look at some of the demands that have been put forward by you to government. There are a lot of them. I don't want to go through all of them. We just won't have time here on the show. But essentially, you're angry because government is not taking you seriously. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, hello to you, and thanks very much for having me. I think that government is not taking the country seriously. You know, when we're looking at issues like the 13 million rand that was just spent on a statue for O.R. Tambo, who has already got an airport named after him, I don't think O.R. Tambo would have been too thrilled with the fact that we've taken funds away from allocating towards resources like the NPA, who's currently only got 29 investigators when they should have 76 and able to do their job properly. We've got the 10.5 billion that has been allocated towards the SAA airline that's already seen 90 billion rand taken from it since 1994, and this is still a failed airline. We can't speak about economic reform in one breath and then use state coffers' money when the state coffers have already said no to start putting things like this in place. And then speaking about economic reform as if it's something that we're only supposed to be tackling now. Where was the economic reform in before we went into lockdown, when we still had before we went into junk status? Where was the economic reform then? Why is it that political parties are able to incite violence? And by all means, I mean, if you're looking at they're encouraging their members, it's basically it's acts of terrorism against the country when they're starting to burn and destroy public property. And then on top of that, we have absolutely no response from the president. I'd like to know, when did the ANC become bigger than the Republic of South Africa? When did the ANC think that it was okay to just ignore the people on the ground? We represent 500,000 people, 550,000 people who are representatives of the Republic of South Africa, and we cannot get a response from our president. We cannot get a response from our police commissioners. We cannot get a response from our constitutional courts.
Jared, help me understand. So yeah, you made valid points, and I'm sure many people obviously would agree with many of those. Just help me understand, when it says that your organisation is refusing to be silenced by government, is that grammatically correct, or are we talking about government not listening to you? Is government trying to silence you, or are they just not listening?
Well, I think that, we're being ignored. We've been completely ignored, and we have to, I think, as the Republic of South Africa, start taking more steps towards ensuring that we get responses. So this is the reason for our call on the 18th at 10 o'clock. We're going to be focusing on the House of Parliament to hand over another letter to demand responses from government. We can no longer be ignored as the Republic of South Africa.
What sort of response, you say you've been ignored, but have you gotten absolutely no response from any of these organizations, and that's now why there's going to be this gathering on the 18th of November, or are you just not getting the responses that you're wanting to get?
Well, we've received a response from the National Prosecuting Authority, which we appreciate. They have come back to us and said they're doing the job. I don't know what else they would have said to us, but certainly we've had no response from the presidency. We've had no response from the National Police Commissioner. The Provincial Police Commissioner wrote us a letter to say that they will respond, even though they were given 10 days to respond. So we haven't had any form of response there, really, other than an acknowledgement of receipt. And then from our constitutional courts, we haven't had a response from them either. So it doesn't look like we're being taken seriously. It doesn't look like the Republic of South Africa has been taken seriously at all. All
right, so 18 November, if I heard you correctly, Jared, is going to be these gathering of people, all in midst, of course, COVID-19. I imagine it's going to be done, as I say goodbye to you, it's going to be done safely.
Yes, absolutely. We always follow protocols. We work within lines. We work very closely with the police. We've got a good relationship with SAPS, and we make sure that we follow all the protocols on the day. So we're just asking people to stand with us in solidarity. It's a Wednesday. It's going to take an hour of your time, 10 a.m., the 18th Parliament.
All right, so Jared Petts, thank you very much. Always a pleasure speaking to you, joining us from the Move 1 Million movement. They're going to be outside Constitution Hill in Parliament on the 18th November, handing over a memorandum of demands to government and other government agencies.